This video is a creation of Pronto Nutrition, offering knowledge on the controversial subject of health. For more information and videos like this, make sure you visit eatinghealthytips.info. Everything that we eat boils down to three key nutrients which provide us with energy. These are carbohydrates, protein, and fats. Eating nutrient-rich sources of these is vital. This is because they provide us with other key nutrients such as vitamins, minerals, fiber, and phytochemicals. Modern health issues revolve around the consumption of the three energy sources. The big problem is the quality and the amount of these that we consume. Carbohydrates are our main source of fuel. They provide energy direct to the brain, muscle cells, and nervous system in the form of glucose, also known as blood sugar. It is this, your blood sugar level, that is the key to maintaining good overall health and weight. The main issue with carbohydrates is the large amounts of refined or processed carbohydrates that we consume. When foods are processed, many of the nutrients are depleted and the carbohydrate content broken down. This leaves us with a fast-releasing energy source with little nutritional value. Some examples of these include sugar, white flour, white bread, and white rice. So why is this a problem? Well, when refined carbohydrates are consumed, glucose is released into the bloodstream quickly, causing a rapid rise in blood sugar levels. This stimulates the release of a blood-regulating hormone called insulin, which stores most of the energy as fat. The health issues arise from the seesaw effect between too much sugar in the blood and too little. This is caused by the rapid increase in blood sugar levels and then the reaction from the insulin that rids most of the glucose from the blood. The key to balancing blood sugar levels is to eat high-quality complex carbohydrates. This is because complex carbohydrates are slowly digested and so release the energy over a longer period of time. For the ideal diet, most carbohydrates should come from natural foods that are low-carb and nutrient-rich. The best source of these are non-starchy vegetables and legumes. Some examples include broccoli, spinach, asparagus, and peas. The lesser portion of your diet should come from carbohydrate-rich sources, which include whole grains and starchy vegetables and legumes. Examples of these include oats, brown rice, whole grain bread, and corn. Fruit are also a good source of carbohydrates, but should be limited as they are very sugary. Fat is the most concentrated form of energy. It is more than twice the calories per gram of carbohydrates or protein, and serves as our long-term energy store. It's important to note that not all fats are alike. Some you should avoid, while others are absolutely essential for good health. The bad fats include your trans fats, which are your man-made fats found in processed foods, and also some saturated fats like those found in fast foods. Good fats include your unsaturated fats, which are your monounsaturated and polyunsaturated, and also some saturated fats like those found in coconut and palm oil. The essential fats are those that have to come from your diet, and they include the polyunsaturated fats, and they are the omegas 3 and 6. The big issue with fat today is the popular attitude towards it. Most of us tend to avoid fatty foods as much as possible. The problem with this is that a lot of the natural fatty foods are rich in the essential fats. The foods that we do consume, however, tend to be high in trans and saturated fats, which are the unhealthy fats. Examples of these are fast foods, farmed meats and dairy products, and also processed foods. So why is this a problem? Well, the essential fats cannot be created in the body and therefore must come from food. As the name suggests, they are essential for good health, and if we avoid natural fatty foods, we become deficient in these types of fat. Dietary fats are needed for optimum brain function, as well as creating hormones, storing energy, and building cell walls. They are also needed for the utilization of fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamins A, D, E, and K. Bad fats, on the other hand, clog arteries and harm cells in the body. The overconsumption of these can lead to all kinds of health problems. Ideally, you should be looking to cut out trans fats from your diet as much as possible. This means avoiding trans fatty foods, which are your processed foods, and hydrogenated oils such as margarine. You should also limit your consumption of foods that are high in saturated fat, such as farmed meats and dairy products. Ideally, you should eat natural fatty foods, as these contain a healthy balance of the good fats. These include oily fish, nuts, seeds, and their oils. Good examples of these include walnuts, flax seeds, sardines, and salmon. After water, protein is the most plentiful component in the body. It is essential for building and maintaining body tissue, and also for the creation of hormones, antibodies, enzymes, and so on. Protein is also the energy source that stimulates the creation of glucagon, which is the fat-burning hormone. Protein is made up of amino acids, of which there are 24 known types. Our bodies can create all but 8 of these, which must come from food. It is the balance of these 8 essential amino acids that determines the quality and usability of a protein source. There's complete protein, which is a source containing all the essential amino acids, and then there's incomplete protein, a source that doesn't contain all the essential amino acids, and therefore must be paired up with another protein source to become complete. The issue with a protein source is not the quality of protein, rather the quality of the actual food source. A lot of our protein comes from farmed animal products. The high energy grain feeds that our livestock are fed greatly increase the saturated fat contained in the meat and dairy products. Then there is also the problem with chemical residues that are left over from the hormones and antibiotics used during farming. So why is this a problem? Well, as we have already discussed, a high level of saturated fat is very unhealthy. The fat that is contained in, say, beef for instance, is unavoidable, as the fat is actually ingrained in the meat and cannot be cut out. Then there is also the hormones and antibiotic residues, which can cause all kinds of health problems. Estrogen, for instance, which is commonly found in cow's milk, has been linked to many forms of cancer. Ideally, protein should come from organic sources. With a lack of healthy animal food products available, however, it is a good idea to turn to non-animal protein sources. The idea that quality protein can only be found in animal food is a myth. Some plant foods actually contain the best balance of essential amino acids of any protein source. Some examples of this include quinoa, soy products such as tofu, and also spirulina. To view the written version of this video, make sure you visit eatinghealthytips.info. You will also find other helpful topics such as the 3 sources for optimum nutrition, which is a further look into the 3 energy sources covered in this video. You will also find the 2 big mistakes we make for weight loss, which is a look into the 2 most common weight loss strategies and why they don't work.